Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Parama karuna pahudo ye jana nitai gaura chandra. Parama karuna pahudo ye jana nitai gaura chandra. Para Sabhayavatar Sarashiromani Sabhayavatara Sabhayavatara Sarashiromani Kevalananda Kanda Keval Sabhayavatara Sarashiromani Kevalananda Kanda Sabhayavatara Bhajo bhajo bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudhida Vishvasa Kore Bhajo 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 bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudhida Vishvasa Kore Vishaya Chareya Sera se majeya Vishaya Chareya
विषय चढ़े से रस माजिया मुके बोलो हरे हरे मुके बोलो हरे हरे परम करुणा बहुदोई जननीताय गौरचंद्र पर संसार माजिया संसारे माजिया रोहिली पोरिया से पदे नाहिलो आशा संसारे माजिया अपना कर्म बुंजाय समना अपना कर्म अपना कर्म बुंजाय समना कहो ये लोचन दासा कहो ये लोचन कहो ये लोचन दासा अपन कर्म बुंजाय समन कहो ये लोचन दासा देखो रे बाय त्रिभुवने नाय मन दयाल दाता देख पशु पाखी जोरे पाषाण विधरे पशु पाखी जोरे पशु पाखी जोरे पाषाण विधरे सुनी जरा गुण गाता सुनी जरा संसारे माजिया रोहिली पोरिया से पदे नाहिलो आशा संसार अपन कर्म बुंजाय समन अपन कर्म अपन कर्म बुंजाय समन कहो ये लोचन दासा कहो ये परम करुणा बहुदोई जननीताय गौरचंद्र परम करुणा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Translation. The two lords, Nitai, Gaurachandra, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduce a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful.
Just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hari Hari without any motive.
Within the three worlds.
Three words, there three. My dear brothers, just try and examine this within the three words. There is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Lord Nityananda. There is very full qualities or so great that upon hearing them even birds and breeze cry and stop melt. Hare
But
Krishna.
Lochan Das regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this moment. Srila Lochan Das Thakur ki jai. Gaur Nitai ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये।
Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. So we are reading from 2nd canto, chapter 3, text number 22. Barhaite te nayane naranam lingani Vishnoh na nirikshata ye pado nirnam tau drumajanma bhajo kshetrani na anuvarjatah hare yau barhaite nayane naranam barhaite nayane naranam lingani vishnur nanirikshito ye lingani vishnur nanirikshato ye Pado nunanam taudrumajjanma bhajo Pado nunam taudrumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo Barhaite nayane naranam Lingani vishnur nanirikshato ye Pado nunam to drumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo. Please recite. Barhaite te nayane nananam Lingani vishnur nanirikshato ye Pado nunam to drumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo. Barhaite te nayane naranam Lingani vishnur naririkshato ye Pado nunam to drumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo. Barhaite te nayane naranam Lingani vishnur nanirikshato ye Pado nunam to drumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo. Barhaite te nayane naranam Lingani vishnur nanirikshato ye
pradonam taun drumajanma bhajo Kshetrani nanu vrajato hareyo. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Barahaite like plumes of a peacock. Te, toes. Nayane, eyes. Naranam, of men. Lingani, forms. Vishnoha, of the personality of Godhead. Na, does not. Nirikshataha, look upon. Ye, all such. Pado, legs. Runam, of men. Tau, those. Drumajanma, being born of the trees. Bhajo, like that. Kshetrani, holy places. Na, never. Anuvrajataha, goes after. Hare, of the Lord. Yau, which. Translation, please repeat. The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead, or else, one second. The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead Vishnu are like those printed on the plumes of the peacock. And the legs which do not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered are considered to be like tree trunks. Purport. Especially for the householder devotees, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. As far as possible, every householder, by the direction of the spiritual master, must install the deity of Vishnu, forms like Radha, Krishna, Lakshmi, Narayana, Sita, Rama, especially, or any other form of the Lord like Narsimha, Varaha, Gaurnitai, Matsya, Kurma, Shaligrama, Shila, and many other forms of Vishnu like Trivikrama, Keshava, Achyuta, Vasudeva, Narayana, and Damodara. As recommended in the Vaishnava Tantras or Puranas, and one's family should worship strictly following the directions and regulations of Archana Vidhi. Any member of the family who is about 12 years of age should be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, and all the members of the household should engage in the deity worship of the Lord, beginning from morning 4 a.m. till night 10 p.m. by performing Mangala Artika, Nirjana, Archana, Puja, Kirtana, Shringara, Bhoga, Vaikali, Sandhya Aratika, Patha, Bhoga at night, Shayana Artika, etc. Engagement in such worship of the deity under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master will greatly help the householders to purify their very existence and make rapid progress in spiritual knowledge. Simple theoretical book knowledge is not sufficient for a neophyte devotee. Book knowledge is theoretical, whereas the Archana process is practical. Spiritual knowledge must be developed by a combination of theoretical and practical knowledge, and that is the guaranteed way for attainment of spiritual perfection. The training of devotional service for a neophyte devotee completely depends on the expert spiritual master who knows how to lead his disciple to make gradual progress towards the path back home, back to Godhead. One should not become a pseudo spiritual master as a matter of business to meet one's family expenditures. One must be an expert spiritual master to deliver the disciple from the clutches of impending death. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has defined the bona fide spiritual master of qualities of a bona fide spiritual master. Defined the bona fide qualities of a spiritual master, and one of the verses in that description reads, Shri Vigraha Radhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya Bhaktamshcha Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki jai. Shri Vigraha is the archa or suitable worshipable form of the Lord, and the disciple should be engaged in worshipping the deity regularly by Shringara, by proper decoration and dressing, and also by Mandira Marjana, the matter of cleansing the temple. The spiritual master teaches the neophyte devotee all these kindly and personally to help him gradually in the realization of the transcendental name, qualities, form, etc. of the Lord. Only attention engaged in the service of the Lord, especially in dressing and decorating the temple, accompanied by musical kirtana and spiritual instructions from scriptures, can save the common man from the hellish cinema attractions and rubbish sex songs broadcast everywhere by radios. If one is unable to maintain a temple at home, he should go to another's temple where all the above performances are regularly executed. Visiting the temple of a devotee and looking at the profusely decorated forms of the Lord, well dressed in a well decorated sanctified temple, naturally infuse the mundane mind with spiritual inspiration. People should visit holy places like Vrindavana, where such temples and worship of the deity are specifically mentioned. Formerly, all rich men like kings and rich merchants constructed such temples under the direction of expert devotees of the Lord, like the 6 Goswamis, and it is the duty of the common man to take advantage of these temples and festivals observed in the holy places of pilgrimage by following in the footsteps of great devotees. Anuvraja. One should not visit all these sanctified pilgrimage places and temples with sightseeing in mind, but one must go to such temples and sanctified places immortalized by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, and be guided by proper men who know the signs. This is called Anuvraja. Anu means to follow. It is therefore best to follow the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master, even in visiting temples and the holy places of pilgrimage. One who does not move in that way is as good as a standing tree condemned by the Lord not to move. The moving tendency of the human being is misused by visiting places for sightseeing. The best purpose of such traveling tendencies could be fulfilled by visiting the holy places established by great acharyas, and thereby not being misled by the atheistic propaganda of money-making men who have no knowledge of spiritual matters. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijansahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyati Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Namini Sivashrabhana Devi Daitaya Kripabde Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murte Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasiddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaurakishoraaya Sakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralambarasambhode Padambujayate Namaha. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamine Gaurashakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gauravirbhava Bhomestvam Nirdesh Sajjanapriya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathayate Namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhavya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktaavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Jaitam Surato Vangor Mamunda Mater Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhojo Radha Madan Mohonav Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Śrīmad Ratnagara Simhasanastav Śrīmad Radha Śrīla Govinda Deva Prishtalipi Sevyamano Swarami Śrīman Rasa Rasarambe Vamshiva Ratatastitaha Karshan Venusvane Gopi Gopinatha Shriyastunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girinyat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Vitaresha Bhakti Vikas Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada has given a very instructive purport here for our movement, especially for starts especially for the household devotees, and then later he mentions what they should do, how they should engage in deity worship. So we'll see the verse what actually Shaunakadi rishis are requesting Sutta Goswami, encouraging them that they are ready to hear. When the audience are ready to hear, they are very eager to hear, and the speaker will be much more eager to speak. When the audience are sleeping and or thinking something else, or body is here, mind is elsewhere, then the speaker, naturally that flow doesn't come. So, you see the verse, Baraha ite nayane naranam. So here, the Shaunakadi rishis, they are saying that Baraha ite, like plumes of a peacock. Generally, only few birds, they have plumes. Plumes means like a feather which looks like a eyes, like peacock feather we see. Krishna wears peacock feather. It's very beautiful. So that comparison, that analogy is given here, that the people, Naranam, Lingani Vishnur na nirikshato ye. Which kind of people? The people who doesn't see Lingani Vishnur na nirikshato ye. With their eyes, the forms of the Lord, or the signs of the Lord, as it is mentioned here, that are like those printed on the plumes of a peacock. Their eyes are just like how when we see a peacock feather, it looks like somebody is seeing us. It looks exactly like eye. So similar way, if people, they are going away, they are not looking at the forms of the Lord, beautiful forms of the Lord, especially beautiful form of Krishna, Radha Krishna. Many people go from the temple, from down, they just do like this, they are very busy. They just do like this and they just go away. They don't have time even to come and take darshan. So such kind of people who don't have time to spend to come and peacefully take the darshan of the Lord, their eyes are like plumes of a peacock. And Pado Nrinam Tau Druma Janma Bhajo, those legs which doesn't visit, which will not go to the kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo. Drumajanma means the trunks, tree trunks. Those legs which doesn't move or doesn't go to the kshetrani, the holy places of the Lord. The Lord and holy place is not different. When the devotees go there, they experience that Lord's presence everywhere. That is kshetra. Kshetra is non-different from the Lord. When this whole universe, in the whole Brahmanda is destructed, whole universe is destructed, primary destruction, then the holy places will not be destructed. Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur Dham, and Badrinath, Ayodhya, Dwaraka, all these places. They are eternal actually. But they are called Bhauma Vrindavana, Bhauma Dwaraka, Bhauma Ayodhya, because they are in the material world. Whenever Krishna, he comes and performs his pastimes, he comes there only, not elsewhere. But it's not that Krishna is not present here. Srila Prabhupada made such an arrangement that he took this Vrindavana, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, everywhere, all over the world. That is the mercy of the Acharya. Only Acharya can do this. Especially this Yuga Acharya, Srila Prabhupada is Yuga Acharya, who has taken this task to take Vrindavana, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, everywhere, all over the world. So, even these temples where Radha Krishna deities are installed, bona fidely from the scriptures, are not different from Vrindavana, Mayapur and Jagannath Puri. So those people who don't take advantage of their legs to visit kshetrani nanu vrajato hareiryo, and the legs which do not move to the holy places with the Lord is remembered, are considered to be like tree trunks. So tree trunks we see, tree life is so miserable, so horrible that it has to stand. Whether it may be scorching hot sun or cold or rain or snow, they have to just stand there. So those legs which will not go, which will never, those people who, Nirnanam, it's mentioned, those people whose legs will not go to Kshetrani, to the holy places, their legs are considered to the tree trunks. So, if we dive into the purport, so Srila Prabhupada has given this as very instructive purport to this movement. Especially the first two cantos, it said that Srila Prabhupada has given what all is required to this movement, what all the main instructions are given. So here Srila Prabhupada writes, so we'll go para by para. Especially for the householder devotees, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. It is mentioned here. It is very strongly recommended. Srila Prabhupada writes, as far as possible, every householder, by the direction of the spiritual master, must install the deity of Vishnu forms like Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana, Sita Rama especially, or other forms of the Lord like Narsimha, Varaha, Gaurnitai, Matsya, Kurma, Shaligrama, Shila, and many other forms of Vishnu like Trivikrama, Keshava, Achyuta, Vasudeva, Narayana and Damodara, as recommended in the Vaishnava Tantras or Puranas. And one's family should worship strictly following the directions and regulations of Archana Vidhi. So here Srila Prabhupada recommends, especially for householder devotees. Why only for the householder devotees? He writes, very strongly recommended.
Because if they don't get attached to Radha Krishna forms, then they will get attached to the family. The option is there.
Yeah. Their attention may be diverted to their family or relatives or friends. Because Grihastha ashram is such that easily one can get carried away with family members, society. Easily they can get carried away. Easily, it is very possible, unless one is very staunch and very strictly following the principles of devotional service. So that's why it is very strongly recommended. And why only deity worship? Why only deity worship? Raghavendra Prabhu said mind get purified. And what you saying, Prabhu? Okay. One will be very conscious that they have to take care of the deities. So in that way their mind will be engaged.
If you have deities, you have some practical seva. So that's why this like theoretical things will be there.
Okay.
If you have serving deities and lot of practical sevas will be there, then you can engage your.
Yes. Practically we can engage, as Srila Prabhupada also writes here, the purport. Practically we can engage in the service of the Lord. Devotional service is not just theoretical, not just book knowledge, just we read, okay. It's not like that. We have to practically apply in our life. Then we see the results, then we see the transformation. How we transformed our lives? By practically applying in the devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. So, by engaging these 9 kinds of devotional processes, so we got transformed. How we started? By Shravanam. First we heard from devotees who are distributing books on the street or doing Harinam. So we heard, oh, there is something very special happening there. Because when devotees go out and distribute books, they look very bright actually. It's not that devotees when they go out they are very morose, very sad, and they are approaching Bhagavad Gita. Not like that. No, they are very enthusiastically they speak, very happily. They want to share this knowledge. So why? Because they are applying. When the people they see them, immediately they get attracted. They come to them, they speak to them. So this is the way of preaching. We know from Chaitanya Charitamrita also that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sends Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Mahaprabhu to go and preach, house to house, go and preach Krishna consciousness. Similarly, devotees, when people see devotees, first they go and they hear about Krishna, or they hear the Sankirtana, and by this, their dormant Krishna consciousness will get awakened, and they come to the temple. Gradually, they will be invited to temple, and this is how we came. We all came. In everyone's life, you must be having such experience. Even my life, when I was studying in the school, so I was invited to the temple for the Sunday feast program. So I went and I got attracted, and like that I started my journey. So similarly, everyone, somewhere we heard about Krishna, or we read about Krishna, or we saw devotees, and this way we took up Krishna consciousness. So, but then Shravanam starts, then Kirtanam, automatically we take Japamala and we start chanting. Then all the 9 other kinds of 9 processes will come gradually. We do that. So here especially Srila Prabhupada recommends to install deity of Vishnu forms like Radha, Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana, Sita, Rama, and Narsimha, Varaha, Gaunitai, Matsya. So deity worship, like we heard a seminar by Sevatulya Prabhu and Sitalanga Gauranga Prabhu. They said many devotees they come and they give seminars and they stress If they come, some devotees they come, and if they stress on book distribution, they only stress, without book distribution is the only way, this is the only thing we have to be engaged. Or if some other devotees come for cooking seminar, for example, they stress on cooking. They quote all Prabhupada quotes and they stress on cooking. So Prabhuji said that it's not that we are coming like that and we are stressing on deity worship. Actually, deity worship is must for each and everyone. In either way, everyone should be engaged in deity worship. Either by, if one is initiated by the bona fide spiritual master, second, he should be personally engaging, serving the deities by dressing gorgeously and by serving bhoga, offering bhoga and engaging deity service. And if you are not initiated, by at least by coming and taking the darshan of the Lord. Archana means it's not that we should personally engage in the deity worship. We can also have darshan of the Lord. Like main festival days, many people they come and they see the abhishekam. You're personally bathing the Lord with the panchamritam and so many aushadis and all sanctified water, flowers. When these people, when everyone have this darshan, it means that they are also engaging their mind just by watching, just by having darshan, they are also engaged in archanam. So in this way. So it's not that grihasthas, they should install the deity, but if it is permitted by the bona fide spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada in many places he said that unless one is properly initiated, second initiated, and given permitted by the spiritual master, then only he can engage in deity worship. You can see there are some temples that without any initiation they just allow. The temple allows the devotees to enter, but it is very, very offensive actually. It is going against the will of the bona fide spiritual master, and that is offensive. And Lord will not accept such offerings and seva. Although externally it may look like everything is happening, but it is not bona fide actually. So, especially householders, I got a reference from a sloka from Padma Purana. I will read for you. Yova grihashrame tishten nityam govinda goshanam kritva cha pujayata cha sapapat tasmataro bhavet. I will read the translation. This verse is from Padma Purana, chapter 49, verse 54. This is conversation between Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, and a Brahmana. So here Lord Vishnu says that Yova grihashrame, that every day one who resides in the grihashrama or grihastha ashrama, household life, doing congregational chanting, worshipping Govinda, me, he gets overcome by sins. So, it is also mentioned in Puranas, in Padma Purana, that grihasthas, when they engage in deity worship, so they are freed from sinful reactions. Because Krishna will always protect one who is engaged in deity worship. So, Krishna personally protects them in their devotional service, especially. So we'll continue the purport. Any member of the family who is above 12 years of age should be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, and all the members of the household should be engaged in the daily service of the Lord. And it is not that just installing deities is enough. So we should also, as it is mentioned here, that About 12 years of age, one should be initiated. About 12 years means just like we have Manav, Chintamani Prabhu's son. So at that age, one should be initiated. It means that he should be already given training from childhood about all this. Like how Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he got initiated very early, when he was very young. Actually, he was waiting for initiation, but he was twice, I think. How many times? 17 times, yeah. 17 times he was rejected. He was waiting to take initiation from Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj. 17 times. So, but Srila Prabhupada writes here that at the age of 12, one should be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master. It means that from childhood, we should train the children to engage in spiritual activity, especially deity worship. Not directly, but we should at least, like Srila Prabhupada, when he was very child, when he was young, so he was worshipping Radha Krishna deities. Just like play. They just worship and they offer like Radhayatra, they offer flowers, Aarti. So in that way, when we should give these samskaras to the children, and we should also give them the principles of devotional service, how to practice the principles of devotional service. Chanting Hare Krishna, we should engage them in chanting Hare Krishna. We see most of the devotees, children, they are not interested in chanting much. They are interested in only playing. Even my son is like that. Unfortunately, the atmosphere is not created properly at home. That's why it happens there. And they are sent, I mean, I should not say this because I am also sending my son to the Karmi school. When we send to the Karmi school, then the material consciousness, they will carry that material consciousness, and when we ask them to engage in devotional service, so they become very lazy. So when one is trained, then in a Gurukula, proper Gurukula, then he can get initiated at the age of 12. And as Srila Prabhupada continues that we should offer, it's not that deity is just installed and just we are neglecting. It's not like that. But Srila Prabhupada writes here that the household should be engaged in daily service of the Lord beginning from morning 4 a.m. till night 10 p.m. by performing Mangalartika, Nirjana, Archana, Puja, Kirtana, Shringara, Bhoga, Vaikaliki, Sandhya, Artika, Pata, Bhoga at night, Shayana Artika. So all this, in the Gaudiya Vaishnava temple, especially ISKCON temples, in our movement, so all these artis are regularly performed to the deities. So similar way, the grihasthas also should engage. If they are far away from temple, they can also have these artis at home. They can also engage in, and only by engaging in Archana Vidhi, one will be qualified, one will get taste for the holy name. One can chant the holy name. Sitalanga Gauranga Prabhu said that only by deity worship, by performing deity worship and chanting the holy name, or Bhagavata Vidhi is not, Pancharatika Vidhi and Bhagavata Vidhi are interlinked actually. He says that when we engage in deity worship, then we engage ourselves in, we can develop taste for the holy name also. We can develop taste for hearing also. So we should engage all these services. And the must is Mangalarati and Sandhya Arati, as Srila Prabhupada said. After Mangalarati, then till 9 o'clock we have morning sadhana. Then after that, devotees will go out for, take prasadam and go out for preaching. And then evening Sandhya Arati. Prabhupada said this for devotees. Engagement in such worship of deity under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master will greatly help the householder to purify their very existence and make rapid progress in spiritual knowledge. So Srila Prabhupada writes that it is a great purification actually. When we engage in deity service, we feel very personal. It is not that the pujaris are just doing it as a duty. They feel, when we do deity worship, we dress the Lord, we feel that we are personally decorating the Lord. That feel will be there. How it comes? When the pujaris are decorating the Lord, how that feel comes? That they're personally decorating the Lord.
Because when we do regulated service to the Lord, then we feel the enlivening of Lord, the reciprocation of Lord.
Yes. Actually, the pujari has knowledge that Krishna is present here. It's not that he's not having that knowledge. He has this knowledge that Krishna is personally present here. So unless he is engaged in chanting and reading scriptures and by sadhana vidhi, when we do properly, then that feel really comes. And the pujaris, when they engage in sadhana properly, then only that inclination comes, that bhav comes, that Krishna is present here, so I am decorating the Krishna. So it is very personal actually. When we engage in deity worship, it's very personal. We feel very personal. So here we can see Sri Radha Madhav is very gorgeously dressed, and even in habits ISKCON also, they are very gorgeous, very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada personally installed Radha Madan Mohan, Gaurnitai and Jagannath Baladev. They are very gorgeous, very beautiful. So the service is done from many decades. Even in many other temples, you can see in Juhu also, deities are very gorgeously dressed. So it is very personal when devotees, when they have engaged in devotional service, purified enough, then they have this personal seva. When they get this opportunity by the permission of a bona fide spiritual master, by the blessings of a bona fide spiritual master, they get this opportunity to personally serve the Lord. Simple theoretical book knowledge is not sufficient for a neophyte devotee. Book knowledge is theoretical, whereas Archana process is practical. Spiritual knowledge must be developed by combination of theoretical and practical knowledge, and that is guaranteed way for attainment of spiritual perfection. The training of devotional service for a neophyte devotee completely depends on the expert spiritual master who knows how to lead his disciple to make gradual progress towards path home back to Godhead. One should not become a pseudo spiritual master as a matter of business to meet one's family expenditures. One must be an expert spiritual master to deliver the disciple from the clutches of impending death. Then actually time is up. So I will just summarize. That the ultimate goal, actually Prabhupada writes here, that by engaging in deity worship, Sri Vigraha Archana, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and by practicing devotional service under his guidance, so one should engage in deity worship and sadhana bhakti, and gradually one will be purified. And that is the way that leads the disciple, and the bona fide spiritual master guides his disciple, that leads to him back home, back to Godhead. So that is the goal of life. We have to, this material world is temporary. We are not here eternal. So our goal should be to go back home, back to Godhead. So that is the purpose of the temples which are established. Our temple is established 3 years ago, and many other temples are established decades ago. And in Vrindavana, temples are established by Goswamis themselves centuries ago. So temples always exist, but our how to take advantage of the temple? By engaging in service of the deities in any way, whatever way is possible. So that is very much Srila Prabhupada stressed here, especially for Grihasthas. And all other 9 processes of devotional service. So Shravanam Kirtanam is also very much stressed in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. You can see Sukadeva Goswami is speaking and Pariksit Maharaj is hearing, and they perfected their life. So all these 9 processes, from these all 9 processes, any process we can take up and perfect our life and go back to Godhead. So I end here. Any questions and comments, please? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here in this purport, even you have also mentioned about this one who are initiated, and second initiated person only offered the prasadam, then Krishna will accept. You said that. So, but in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Patram Pushpam Phalavtayam. So even if that faith and love, if you offer leaf, fruit or anything, so I will accept. So how we can take this?
If we take Pancharatrika Vidhi, so there is rules and regulations. So the service to the deity is performed according to rules and regulations. So one should be qualified. One should take Gayatri initiation and permitted by a spiritual master to engage in deity worship. That is personal. That is according to Shastra. But Krishna, in this verse, he says that whoever offers Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. You can offer this from anywhere, from any place. Whoever can offer. But how? With devotion. If one offers, then he will accept it. So even the pujari, if he is second initiate and if without devotion, if one is offering, Krishna will not accept. So the main thing is devotional service. Our devotion, our love for Krishna. It is not that now, because Krishna is saying Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, so everyone can go and offer in the altar. No, it is not allowed. So rules and regulations under the guidance of spiritual master, one can offer.
But
Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana, so he will take offerings from in any form. As we know, we can also offer to the picture of Radha Madhav. He will accept it. If you have devotion, he will accept it.
So this is only for the altar. So
Yes.
only temple. But in the home, so Prabhupada said about householder devotees. So even Prabhupada mentioned here second initiated one.
Okay.
So how actually we can compare this?
I didn't understand, Prabhu.
So probably you say that prasadam offering only second initiated people will offer into altar.
temple.
In the temple.
That is standard.
Yeah. So but in that house, why there is required of this second initiation?
Maybe Radhakant Prabhu can answer this.
Actually, here the deity worship is mentioned. So even if someone wants to keep a deity in the home, it is recommended that they are second initiated, means they are Brahman initiated. Okay, means they should have Janoi and then do Gayatri regularly under the guidance of spiritual master. So offering to Krishna, you can just keep it anywhere and then Krishna Arpanamastu, one can offer and Krishna will accept. Anybody can do. And now we are in the modern age where we have so many photos and even if you want a vigraha, just you can go and buy. All these things are there. But olden days, people wouldn't have that easily the vigrahas. So only in some temples vigraha will be there, and in those temples the Brahmins will worship directly. But other people also can bring a fruit, some flowers, some water, and then can give it to a pujari, and the pujari will offer on their behalf. So that is a vidhi. And in the home, those who want to make offering, like the Shudras and all, maybe they can draw one tilak on a leaf, and then that is the form of the Lord, they can make offering. Krishna will accept. But Archa Vigraha, something, a stone will become Archa Vigraha only when we follow particular vidhi. Otherwise it is only a stone. So a devotee will invite the Lord into the Vigraha, then Lord will come and reside there, and then he will accept the services. So that is a vidhi. Okay, so Prabhupada is recommending, you want to do the service, so better you take initiation fast, surrender to a spiritual master, take initiation, and then do the service, Vigraha service. The point here is, for serving the Vigraha, the Supreme Lord resides there, and Supreme Lord is completely pure, completely spiritual, and to touch that spiritual form, we should also be spiritual. So for to be able to become spiritual, this initiation process is recommended. That is how. Otherwise, anybody can offer any patram pushpam phalam toyam. Through the pujari one can offer, and that is also service. Prabhuji said everybody will be engaged in the deity service, but somebody will be doing massage to the Lord directly, somebody may be bringing some ghee or they'll give some Lakshmi to buy the ghee or yogurt, milk, whatever. So they are also engaged in the service of the deities. So that way everyone is engaged in the service of the deity. That way we should understand. So everyone is encouraged to do the worship of the Lord. But when it comes to deity worship, the Brahmana community was only doing. And now that Brahmana community is extinguishing, and at least in consciousness we hardly find anybody Brahmana. So Prabhupada is creating Brahmana community, Brahmanas in the society with proper consciousness. So that's why he is recommending before 12 years one should get initiated and then be trained in deity worship and be engaged in deity worship. That way. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Any other questions, comments?
Yes, Prabhu, one more question is there.
Yes.
So, Srila Prabhupada also said another somewhere, those who are staying surround 5 kilometers from the temple, so there is no need to install the deities for the householders. So here Prabhupada said everyone should install the deities.
Okay.
So how we can compare this?
Srila Prabhupada said different things in different circumstances to different devotees. So some instructions may not apply in every time. We cannot consider them that this is for every time. But devotees who are living near around 5 kilometers, so because they are very close to the temple, so they can engage in come and engage directly in the temple itself. If they are far away, then unless they are initiated, they can have deities, especially second initiated. And if the spiritual master permits for grihasthas to take deities and worship, then they can have. First thing is permission. Permission is must. You should take the permission of spiritual master, and even if you are closer, doesn't matter, you can engage the deity service. If the Guru allows only, not whimsically.
Thank you, bro.
Hare Krishna. Vrindaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.